if we must.
I know.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. All right. So
He lied.
I did lie. If we're all ready. Last we scribed, our group of individuals, now together, as one, continue their journey further into the depths of the Luminous Levant. Collecting themselves after a battle against some stone guardians, they continued until they came upon a chamber which opened to reveal an operating post. Within, agents of the Cloaked Serpent and their allies. Throughout the fight, many taunts were thrown from the agents directed at the members of the group, seemingly recognized in one small way or another, some of you individually. Upon besting your foes and forbidding the escape of one of the agents who intended to run, you searched the chamber and located a few items of intrigue, as well as some additional currency. Upon the corpse of one of the agents of the Cloaked Serpent, who had conjured an earthen being, Rox discovered, seemingly, a log that the agent had been keeping, the contents of which tore the heartstrings of some of the members of the group, and revealed just how ingrained some of their past horrors, experiences, and failures might be to this faction's movements and machinations. As you progressed onward, you encountered biological creatures who used their very forms as corrosive weapons. Seemingly, this was the fate of some of the captives that the agents of the Cloaked Serpent had taken. Now, having cleared the tunnel before you, you gather your thoughts, wonder what may await you next. So you all are standing in the same familiar, we'll just call it moist and disgusting hallway. Now with the seeming barrier having been sundered by rocks, the way forward is revealed, but as is always the case, it does me do well to remind you, you are allowed to take a short or long rest, or attempt to try to complete one, wherever and whenever you might like.
That might be a decent idea.
I think we take a short breather. What do you guys think?
I need time to collect my thoughts.
Dylan, I believe you are muted.
I lose my temp HP on a long rest, correct?
I believe you would lose it on a short rest as well. But I have to look at that.
I'm not sure, because I don't think I'd lose mine on a short.
I might be right on or wrong on that one. That is actually a good question. I'm not sure I have an answer to, but I'm sure Zach will find it faster than me. At any rate,
Either way, I'm just gonna sit down and just try to rest.
Yeah, same.
okay. A quick reminder during short rests: this is the wizard and the druid's opportunity to use arcane or natural recovery, if it's still available to you. There are also some items that have come across your path recently that I'm not certain if I remember the fates of who got what, but you guys are free to discuss your gains or pass out supplies as needed, and I encourage it.
I remember that I wasn't interested in anything specifically.
We all have the masks of the serpent now. I think.
Oh yeah, I did take one of those.
Long
okay.
rest.
Gem of brightness, pink gem, and some money.
Yep. The last until they're depleted, you finished a long rest. You found it literally like 10 seconds before me.
Yeah, page 198.
I got my cheat little book there. That's the cheat. So
did anyone ever, because I know we got them at some point, did anyone ever take the 3 beads of force?
No.
That would have been a while back.
No, it's written down. It's in the notes. It's not in my.
You have notes, so it's like what we have, just like in our party stash.
Yeah, I physically have it just written down.
Yeah.
And then I normally erase it when someone tells me they've taken it into their inventory.
I mean, I could take it if you want.
Sure. 3 beads of force.
They also can be split amongst you. They do not have to be kept together.
What are their properties again?
I don't know off the top of my head. I know you can throw them to do damage.
I
You
think
can.
it's D&D Beyond.
Okay.
They are.
Maslin might be interested in one.
Well, that's fine.
Okay.
I didn't realize. I thought they were stuck together.
No.
Like
Oh
a
no.
necklace kind of deal.
No.
I'll give one. I'll give one to Draku, one to Zesser, and one to Maslin. So they
You
each
can use
have
an
one.
action to throw the bead 60 feet. Each creature with a 10-foot radius of where the bead landed must succeed on a dex save or take some force damage, and then it encloses the target in that area for 1 minute.
Speed
Yes.
of
Or, sorry, it encloses the area for 1 minute. Any creature that failed to save is trapped inside. But it should be noted, only breathable air can pass through the spear, so it's basically, I'll just bring out my favorite reference. It's basically the Force, the Phantom Menace barrier, Qui-Gon and Darth Maul staring each other down for a minute, so.
I'm going to erase the 2 potions of healing because I'm assuming we've passed those out at some point. That's the first thing that we always pass out.
yeah, because it's squishy.
There is as well the Gem of Brightness and the ointment that was found in the Cloaked Serpent agent's chamber.
Yeah, I personally have the ointment. I don't know about the Gem of Brighton.
Not my inventory.
I had it written down, but I don't have it. It's not mine.
Hey, Zesser, and you want this?
The bead?
No, this gem.
It is a Gem of Brightness if you'd like to look it up in D&D Beyond. I will work on, while you look at that, how many charges it has, because you would know this after doing an identify on it.
50.
Woo.
Throw some water.
Not so lucky.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Cool. Thanks.
Welcome.
So I'm still of the opinion that even if we are going to rest, this place needs to be bombed, shut down, so nobody else can get back in. Everybody cool with that?
Agreed, we should seal the exits.
Sure.
The Gem of Brightness has 14 charges, and Keogotham's ointment has 5 applications in it.
Yes.
So that's important now.
Yes, I wrote it down.
Just as well, there was a gem found that was pink with striations of cream color. So make sure you've got that as well, as it is.
I have that written down. Pink crystal.
Treasure. Yep.
Treasure.
How many charges? 15? 14?
14.
14. I'm gonna write it down in my notes.
My life is over.
So, before only accomplishing a short rest, you guys are capable of rolling hit dice as per needed.
Are we going short or long?
I say we take a short rest.
Sure.
Long? Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh wait, did we take a short rest? That's what's going on.
We are taking
Yes.
a short rest. Feel free to roll hit dice if you need any. I think you've got temp HP on top of your full, but whatever.
Yeah.
But you, as a warlock, get everything back, which is good. Gardak, this is an opportunity for you to change out your augment as well, if that's something you were interested in doing. Just as a reminder.
Good point. Good point.
You may change it, just let me know which one you change it to or fro. So, wizards, we good?
Yeah.
Arcane
Yeah.
recovery, okay. When we're all ready, let me know.
I'm ready.
How's
Wait, are
Getting
what?
anyone
Never
else
mind.
feel?
You guys are literally talking over each other. What?
Go ahead.
Anyone not feeling 100%?
I'm of good
No.
health.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean, if
missing
you're
2
offering,
HP.
A little rough, but I guess I can manage.
Oh, were you out of hit dice, Caroline? Did it not get you all the way?
I have 2 left, but
Oh, I burned all of mine because Yeah, I had 3 and it took me. I had 3 left and it took me all 3 to get to full.
yeah.
Because like, fuck it, I don't.
Might as well.
It's up to you guys, but my assumption would be after a short rest eventually comes a long rest.
Yeah, 'cause this is our second short.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I've already used 2. I'll do 1.
Yeah, because like hit dice, my other healing is also a very limited resource.
Yes, but do recall
Alright.
it is a bonus action to apply a healing item to yourself and an action to do it to someone else.
Yes.
So, that is one of the reasons why you were able to divvy up your potions and everything else amongst each other.
Alright, I'm back up. Good to go.
Most of you rising, putting away your various bandages, and Gardak getting his weapons ready, Draku reaching within. You all progress to the furthest point you've been thus far, which is where rocks had climbed up and essentially cut open this organic barrier.
Chilling.
I will need a marching order and whether or not we are progressing with light.
I'll go first. What does everybody think about a torch? Yes, no, maybe.
I mean, I don't need it. It's up to
Oh.
y'all.
I'll hold on to one in case we get into something for me and Gardak.
Good idea.
So I'll take a torch and I'll ready to light it and throw, so me and Gardak will be able to see. And I'll go second.
So you're holding to light and throw the torch if something happens.
If I think combat, like we're about to get into a fight, I will ignite and throw the torch.
How about
Or at
I
least
can
ready it.
see? I'll let you know if you're gonna need.
I'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me know if you think we're gonna need it.
Yeah.
And I'll light it.
I run with the assumption you'll be capable of doing that. So you said you wanted to be second, though.
Correct.
Third.
Sure, I'll do it.
Maslin. Okay, we'll split third.
Sure. There's times.
Oh,
where
right behind
we
him.
do and you'll be next to Gardak, supposedly. So, progressing on and in, this once again dips down, but this time widens as it does. And it's not more than a 5-minute walk until you see something that gives you enough pause to realize this is no mere cave continuing on nor cavern. As before you, almost a similar in terms of the blockage that was here before, but this time it's a cylinder, extending from the ground to the ceiling. And as you draw a little closer, you can see bones, stalagmites, no indication of how long any of it's been here. Kind of quietly talking amongst yourselves, Drusk, Gardak, you get a general picture of what's happening. But this cylindrical membrane is unique as compared to the previous one, in the sense that within, there is almost a purplish hue of light being generated.
Can Maslin start to ritual cast detect magic in case in the next minute he succeeds?
It will take you 11 minutes to do so, but you can.
Oh.
So,
Okay, well, I'm going to start anyway.
hold up. Is this thing shooting at us like the last one, or it's just hanging out?
This is by all appearances, a 60-foot high cylinder that is emanating a soft purplish glow. It appears to be of the same organic membrane material as the last blockage. But this, you can see, you would be able to walk around. It's not a blockage necessarily. It's more of a, 60-foot membrane cylinder.
Okay. I'm gonna get a little closer.
Okay.
Try to see if I recognize anything in the cylinder.
As you kind of walk up and look down into the cylinder, you see a form that seems to be emanating this purple light. It's kind of hard to make out through. Go ahead and make a perception check.
1 second.
I'm assuming.
Not great.
I'm assuming everybody else is staying near rocks.
9.
I'm staying close because that's like my only sense of direction.
Okay. Rocks. I mean, you're kind of trying to peer through this membrane, much like the last. It is not translucent, but it is not quite opaque. You can make out that this light seems to come from a cylindrical coil from within. I should also note, as you approach, there is a purple crystal on your left, just at the edge of this membrane. Kind of looking at the base, it looks to have split its way out of the rock that surrounds it. And as you kind of approach it, it too kind of glows with this very dim, purplish light.
Well, Maslin wants to investigate that.
Make a Arcana check.
So it's not blocking our way. We could technically walk around it.
You could theoretically walk around it. But
Gotta
it is
walk
a
between 8.
it is a, I'll say, 35, 40-foot wide cylindrical membrane that kind of comes from the base of what you can see is a recess within, and then goes up into the ceiling and reaches beyond your dark vision. What did you get, Maslin? Sorry.
A whopping 8.
One look at these crystals and you're aware that they have some form of power beyond a standard mere gem, but you're not certain precisely what it is. You detect an energy coming from it.
Have I ever seen anything like this? Does it look natural to me?
The membrane or the crystal?
The crystal specifically, but I guess kind of the whole setup. From what, like, I'm assuming I can see just like a little bit of purple light.
Well, there's a point of order. I actually should let everybody know. Draku, while you are standing in this purple, almost dim moonlight, you know that your Shadow Blade would still perform. But Drusk, you and Gardak, you can both see decently with the glow of this crystal. This light strikes you interestingly. As far as this actual setup, if you've ever seen it before, nothing more than you saw in the hallway previous.
Do you guys think we should figure out what this is?
Do you have any more of those rocks that you carry around and throw sometimes?
Maslin would drop down to both knees and say, depending on how long we're here, I might be able to find us something. and he'll continue to ritual cast detect magic. That's
I
all I
think
got.
you should throw a rock at it.
Can I go with him and detect magic as well?
Well, I'm already a little bit ahead of you.
You can begin to ritual cast it yourself, unless you wanted to actually cast the spell.
I don't have it.
But that, of
ready.
course, takes a spell slot. And you would have to have the spell ready. Quite.
Do you guys mind if I can see for a second?
By all means, light up, sir.
I'll light the torch so I can see what the hell's going on.
So as you kind of light the torch, you take one look around, and most of you sharing visual notes. Now, Drusk and Gardak, you can see the same as your fellows with dark vision. The cavern roof just above at the edge of your dark vision, you can make out where it exists. And this, by all means, is... And I can go back over the description, but as described.
Yeah, it looks gross.
I'll take one of the stones that I carry for Magic Rock, and without actually casting Magic Rock on it, I'll just kind of chuck it at the membrane.
Okay. And then kind of lands on the ground and scatters across the rocks a little bit. Seemingly no effect, as it was just a thrown pebble.
Do you guys think we could grab some of this crystal for our own use later?
Do you want to touch it?
Yeah, I'll grab it.
I will try to grab the crystal out of the ground and break it off. Is it easily breakable?
I should say this stack of crystals is about your height, especially you.
Oh,
Drusk.
shit. Okay.
Yeah, this is... I'm sorry. I meant to, I guess, describe. These are fairly large, singular crystals that sprout out of the ground. It's not composite in nature. These are one singular long crystal.
I was thinking like that much coming from the ground.
No.
Okay.
We could try to whack it.
With the light, I should
I would
say.
not advise.
With the light, I should say,
Nice
you can
craft.
see other places where crystals much like this one. This seems to have developed a longer span of time. There are other piles where crystals are beginning to sprout out of the ground. And they are giving the same purplish glow as whatever is inside the membrane.
You guys think it'd be smart to see if it's magic before we try to break it?
That's a good idea.
I'm working as fast as I can.
Are
I'll wait then.
Are we genuinely standing in the same spot, or do we want to case the room?
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
take a
gonna
look around.
We case in the room? Investigation with advantage, one of you. Whoever's helming.
You can do it.
Okay. Yep.
So you can do it.
Oh, okay. Ooh. Oh, okay, 17.
17. You can see, having a lot of cavern to compare to, this cavern area seems less thoroughly carved. It is rougher. The rocks are hewn more sharply. Hasn't had the time for some whatever carved the previous to come through and properly mason them. Within, you can of course see the cylindrical membrane, which seemingly houses a purple recess within. And as you kind of mill about the room, you see these smaller stacks or growths of these crystals that are kind of sprouting out of the ground. And as you get near each one, and then of course as you leave each one, they light and dim as you would expect. Taking a look over some of the...
Kind of get more bright when we get close to them?
They illuminate as you approach them, and then grow to a dim brightness when you reach them, and when you recede from them, the light fades.
Okay.
The various piles of bones, go ahead and make a history check in conjunction with that.
Me?
You, Maslin, and Gardak. History checks.
So just for proper RP purposes, Maslin's on his knees right now. He wouldn't have been walking around.
Never mind.
16.
9.
Rox, you've only heard the stories. These creatures and the bones, the dust that lies upon them, are old. You do not know if these are complete skeletons. You're not certain if this is the extent of these creatures or if they are half buried in the rocks here as they have attempted to burrow their way out and into this chamber, or maybe out to get out.
I'm confused. The crystals are the creatures?
No. There are also skeletons within the room.
Oh, okay. The skeletons are what I'm looking at.
Yep.
Okay.
The stalagmites of skeletons, no less.
There are stalagmites and skeletons both.
Oh, okay. I thought I misunderstood. I thought they were towers of skeletons. That was much spookier. Never mind.
I'd say after casing the room, I actually need to look this up so I don't get it wrong for you. Maslin, your detect magic would finish, and you do detect a magical essence from these crystals. And let me just figure out real quick what I think that might be. Against my better judgment, I would say the what you get from these crystals would be necromancy.
Oh.
Mazim would stand slowly and he would say, it would be a fair guess that this chamber was their original goal for coming here in the first place. These crystals, while I'm not familiar with the magic at all, they're of that of rising the dead for one's own bidding.
I will let you know from a 5e mechanics standpoint, necromancy magic is also often healing magic and or reviving magic.
Oh.
The schools of magic in D&D are a little weird on that front. So
sorry, Maz would rise and say that this chamber was probably their original goal for these crystals, while perhaps for the good of healing the body could also be used to raise the dead for one's own goals. Would be the amended sentence.
Sounds useful to us.
Sounds like a fun time.
I think we should take some crystals if we can.
And everyone gets a crystal.
I would like to rage and touch one of these crystals.
Okay. As you kind of billow the anger of the past frustrating weeks, thinking, and then as you kind of...
Before you go on, I'm sorry, I didn't have things marked down properly. I don't want to rage, if that's okay with you.
Then touching the crystal is just as akin to standing next to it, especially one untrained in magic such as yourself. After Maslin's sentences, you understand that the crystals have a purpose when it comes to either arcane or healing powers, or maybe necromantic powers. You're not certain which.
Okay, but it doesn't hurt, it doesn't heal when I put my hand on it.
You are not affected in either way. It's the same as picking up a treasure gemstone.
Okay, then I'm gonna try to hunk it up a little bit and get some pieces we can take.
Using your great axe to try to hew off a chunk. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Okay. Ugh. 17.
As you kind of reach back and then swing low, kind of getting low at the bottom of one of these crystals that has come out of the ground, as you swing and it hits, it cracks at first, and you see this fissure of a lighter blue where the crack forms, and then a couple moments pass, and there's and then it, as one solid piece, falls off. You may add one purple crystal to your inventory if you like.
Is it heavy?
It is fairly heavy. It is on the order of 15 to 20 pounds.
Okay.
How big is it?
I'd probably say about this big if she swung at the base, or I can't even get it in frame. It's about the width of a person if she swung at the base of these crystals.
It's not in D&D Beyond.
Oh, okay. Just hang on to it then.
Do you want me to put it in the bag?
Can you carry it? Do you have room?
Yeah.
Okay.
The bag can carry 8 cubic feet in the main pouch.
Okay. I forgot about the bag. Yeah, go ahead, take it.
Into the bag it goes. Maslin as well, with your detect magic, within the cylinder here, you detect raw, untapped both necromantic and evocation magics. You of course know evocation, or I should remind you, maybe the player. Evocation is of the damaging variety.
Maslin will also at this moment say that I don't know what this pillar represents, but it has the potential to be very volatile. We need to get to the bottom of this.
We could just blow it up. Simple, easy, quick, big boom.
We said it's about fleshy material, right?
It seems to be of an organic nature. The best I can describe is like membrane on the back of a rack of ribs or something.
I think we see what's in the rest of the chamber first.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll give us a clue as to what this stuff was used for.
This isn't the end, right? This isn't the end of the cave that we're in. There's still more.
As you walked around, you saw that there was a fairly large, about 15-foot opening that seemed to open into another room, but neither your dark vision nor the light carried by Drusk pierced too far into it to really make out what was within. I assumed you guys weren't going to willy-nilly walk into the next chamber.
Right.
You are welcome to do so now if you'd like, though.
You think too highly of us.
We always, at some point in time, we have to leave. So I don't know if we necessarily need to deal with this at the moment. I guess I'm confused what we're blowing up.
We're closing off the cavern, so that
I think we agreed to do that when we got to the end of it.
Right. He was just asking.
Why would we put up now?
Big boom.
I like big boom, but like I don't think we agreed to.
Finish it up. I guess.
I believe we should advance further to see if there are any clues to what this pillar represents.
I'm gonna start walking.
Okay. Are we
Keeping an eye out as
progressing
I go.
same marching order with the light, or are we trying to be a little sneaky?
Can I have another torch?
Stealth checks.
Uh-oh.
Ouchie.
There's no way.
Non-natural 20.
Gardak, I believe you are at disadvantage.
Ooh.
Yes.
Mr. Chainmail.
Big 6.
7.
I don't even want to say it. 4.
Non-natural 20.
Natural 20 for 23.
Okay. That's a very strange average I have to try to compute in my head. Well, okay. The entrance to this next way ahead is this circular. So you kind of all have to climb a good 5-10 foot gap as you kind of go up and then in. And you see now, once you've gotten the elevation, that this opens up and within. As you all crest over the edge and start to push your way in, unfortunately some of your teammates not quite as quiet as you would have liked. From the backside of what barely you can make out as you're trying to take in all the elements, from the backside of this cavern, you hear, and I'm going to do this for the sake of you, a screech that seems to be some form of call. And you see just this small creature at the edge.
Fire!
Kind of and you watch it almost suck itself like an octopus through a small opening in the rocks as it seemingly retreats from the cavern. And as you all kind of stand there, realizing you may have tripped some form of alarm,
Yes, we
you
did.
hear it echo behind you. However, in the quick moments that you have, you all do see what appears to be a collection of trophies, trinkets, items of some form. You're not entirely certain what it may be just yet, unless you really want to try to take the time to look it over.
I'm lighting and throwing that torch. We're spotted. I want to see.
I'm getting away from the light.
As you all light and throw this torch, kind of backing away, Draco, you having to get all the way back into the previous chamber if you want to be away from this light.
I forget how big is the torch?
Sorry, no, I'm a DM. I wasn't specific. I wanted to light it and try to throw it into the center of this chamber.
The center of this chamber, or the one with the membrane within?
This one, wherever this thing was.
Okay. As the torch clatters in, Draco, you have to come almost to the exit, the circular entrance. And it's at this moment you all hear Korban Veneer Trasin Wayfinder. Trakordo Beduga Free Alun Takmaka R&M. None of you understand this language, I believe.
I know words.
Let me check your languages. No, it is not Draconic.
Instant Infernal?
I'll say I've got some weird languages, so...
Well, it's not Minotaur.
None of you speak it.
And it's not horse.
As you hear, as the membrane in the center, you hear it pierce, and there's this hissing noise as now you can both see this gaseous cloud of just disgust and rot jettison its way as this membrane is pierced. And that is, with your dark vision and the lack of the crystal's light, all you can see at the moment, as you hear one final phrase, Tramakti Alftrax. And as you turn to face the source of this noise, you can see, some of you just at the edge of your dark vision and under the scantest bit of light, that this brown, yellow scales with markings of various depth and severity, scars in various states of healing. Near the middle of the half of the form, as it descends now, you can see plates of scales which interlock to form what can only be described best as chitinous armor. This armor surrounds what you can now see as this form floats down and rotates. A toothy opening with hundreds of needle-like teeth that are cracked and missing as this form moves with each word, running vertically like needles. As the body moves, you can see the rest of it is equally scarred, as it continues to descend, you finally lay eyes upon it. A singular, large eye with an iris like a string of pearls, S-shaped, but gray and lifeless, as a massive gash paints the eye and the surrounding hide. But now as it descends, you can see, make out fully adorning the top, currently panning and bending down, is a collection of multiple lidless eyes writhing and taking in each of you, assessing the entire room at once, its vision nearly inescapable. I need you all to roll initiative.
Time to die.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So, 25 to 20. 15 to 20. That's not very good, guys. 10 to 15.
No, 12.
12. Draku leading the charge. Anyone else at 10 to 15? 5 to 10.
5.
5.
Wow.
You three can all decide what time you want to go at. So we have
I'll
what?
go ahead and go last.
Did we get 3 9s?
3 5.
3 5.
We got
9.
Gardak, Maslin, and Zesserin, was it?
Yep. I'll go second to last. I like being more last.
wizard.
Well, each turn I'll let you guys decide. You said you were at a 9, Drusk?
Correct.
Okay. Where did you end up, Rox?
Oh, I was 16. You didn't hear me?
Nope, sure did not. You're on the ball. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have all 6 of you, I believe. Okay. Well, this is obviously a little different. So, you all are not there anymore. You are instead some collection of over here. As I'm assuming, unless you guys want to start doing Theater of Mind, you pile back out of this circular opening. Tell me what you want to do. We don't have to use my map.
I mean, it's a thing, so yeah.
I wanted to blow the shit up.
We're right.
And you can see is this form, this entity that just floats with writhing eyes. The purple glow is from underneath it. Not the source of the glow, so it would seem. With that being said,
Can't see it.
I'm
going to assume me and Gardak cannot see it.
The purple glow that comes out from below it, you can make out just the beginning of the shape of it.
Okay.
That being said, Rox, you are up first. What are you doing?
Thank you.
Yeah, it's always a progressive issue, so.
How high up is it?
It is currently about 15 feet off the ground as it is just slowly descending.
Okay. I'm sorry, I can't count the squares. Can I get to that further rock that's closest to it?
30 feet will get you just behind it.
Just behind it.
You could always throw a javelin if you wanted to, I suppose.
Yeah, I was trying to get up on it, but that'll work.
Oh wait, you've got the boots of the Longstrider, right? So
I do, but I don't use them just yet.
Another 10 feet, you couldn't quite get to it. It would take you out of this cover that you're currently trying to utilize.
Yeah. I'm gonna rage, please. Pretty please, and
Are we throwing a javelin recklessly?
Yeah, I'm gonna do reckless.
Okay.
Huh. Okay, that was 2 19s for 26.
Those both hit. Oh wait, no, that one hits. I forgot.
Yeah. It's only 6, but something.
So 6
No,
points.
it's not. It's 8. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I need to write myself another cheat sheet.
Very well. Is that all you got?
Yep.
Okay. At the end of your turn, it is going to burn a legendary action. I need you to make a DC 14 strength saving throw.
Strength.
Good advantage.
17. It was a 17 either way.
17?
Well,
very well.
I'll make sure.
+7.
I was saying I rolled a 17.
Okay. As you see one of these eyes on this writhing mass twist around, you can feel you're being pulled in its direction, but you kind of dig your heel into the ground, not wanting to lose this cover that you're currently behind because you can only assume more pain is coming. And you, at this moment, stand your ground. Not yet moved. That ends your go, I trust, and brings us to Draku.
Oh yeah. Can I see him?
With the purple glow and the fact that your dark vision does persist, you all can make out the shape. Yes.
Sure. All right. I'll hex him.
Okay.
And
Is
then
hex
I'll
90
hit him with
feet?
an Eldritch Blast. Yeah, it is.
Go for it. He's hexed.
Ooh. 23.
23 does hit. Oh, I should probably let you know, Drusk, you're on deck. Sorry.
Okay.
15.
15 points of damage. Nice. As you all watch as Draku kind of holds a hand out in a familiar pattern, and you see this kind of energy that kind of reefs and vibrates around this giant bulbous form. And as he sends an Eldritch Blast up and over, it kind of sails through, kind of knocking the last bit of membrane out of the way as it strikes. This creature seems to have taken the proper amount of damage that you would have expected with a nice shot like that. Did you want to move anywhere?
Yeah, I want to hide behind that rock in front of me.
Sure.
Also, where's that light? That's what I wanted to ask.
The light was thrown deeper into the circular chamber, where the alarm was seemingly tripped. Again, you guys tell me where you wanted to be if it hasn't been your turn yet, but I assumed you guys would all hop back out, as that is a absolute bucket to be standing in. But we don't have to use our map. If you guys want to do Theater Mile, we can do Theater Mile. I don't care. So, but I think that the torch is casting enough light on all of you guys at this moment, but it's not threatening your dark abilities by any means.
Sure. Okay. Well, that's it for me.
Okay. That ends your go. Brings us to Drusk.
How far in front of me can I see?
At this point, with the light, you can probably see. You can see just up to rocks, and then there's a slight gap. And although you've been around the chamber, you know that there's a crystal nearby that, once approached, will emanate light. The next part that isn't obscured by darkness is the underbelly of this form, kind of floating down with this underglow of purple coming up at it.
Can I get up and near rocks?
30 feet will get you about there, unless you wanted to twist.
No, that's fine. That's fine. As I run, I'll kind of pull back my hand, and I'm going to shoot an acid arrow.
Go for it.
9.
9, unfortunately, does not hit. You all watch as Drusk, a small little lizard folk, comes running up and shoots out an acid arrow, and it unfortunately just kind of misses the mark as he's trying to gauge it just right. Bonus action, or is that all you wanted to do?
Oh, he still takes half as much on a miss.
Oh, okay, cool. Roll your damage.
2.
Damage is damage.
2 points of acid damage.
You know what I say. Okay.
1 for every level of that spell slot. Bonus action, Magic Stone. I will grab 3 stones, and I will be ready in them.
As you kind of have these 3 stones readied, you realize you may have just made an error as you're out in the open, as it is going to take a legendary action. I rolled the same one. That's great. I need you to make a strength saving throw for me.
13.
13. As you are standing there, kind of readying all of your stones, all of a sudden you are hoisted and drawn towards this creature. We're drawn a small amount of ways. It kind of slams you into the ground. You are considered restrained until the start of its next turn, or if the creature is incapacitated.
Okay.
As I will not say that you are necessarily prone, in the sense that once this is dropped, you're not prone by any means, but you're currently being held up against the rock that is right next to you. Anyway, that ends its go, or its legendary action, and brings us to Gardak, Maslin, and Zessarin. You may choose who goes when.
Maslin's going last.
I'm gonna go second to last.
Gardak.
All right.
What are we doing?
I'm going to... Is that me at the back left?
This is you back here.
Okay.
Unless you tell me you wanted to realistically be somewhere else while this thing was taunting you with words.
No, I guess I'll move up behind the closest rock to where I still have cover.
You're kind of aware at this point that unless you went left, you wouldn't really be able to get much of cover, because this, given where you started, would kind of be where you were standing. And you just saw Drusk get yoinked away. And I should say, actually, now that Drusk is pinned up against this rock, the crystal next to him has started to illuminate. So now you can see the majority of the battlefield here, given all the torchlight and the crystal.
Okay.
But you kind of know
So-
that this, unless you dashed, this would kind of be a no man's land for you.
Right. So I guess I'll take a shot with my crossbow. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, I've switched out for the pterodon.
Very well. Go ahead and take
Oh.
your shot.
Yeet. 19.
19 does hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Yay! 8.
8. Nicely done. Okie doke. That ends your go, I trust. Or did you want to press into the no man's land, or
Nope, I'm
Okay.
good.
ready to dart behind the rock if need be? Zesrin, Maslin.
Okay. I'll get going. I'm going to move right. So you can use people's names. The rock in front of this rock that I'm behind.
Yeah?
Yeah, I want to go there. Who is that? I can't.
Rocks.
see.
That would be
Is it?
rocks.
Oh,
30 feet to get you about there, which is
All right.
precisely where Drusk was before he got yoinked.
Well,
But you're there. You're probably on the order of 40 feet away. What are you doing?
I'm going to use cloud of daggers on it.
Okay.
So
So you're just spawning a cloud of daggers where it exists?
spawning a cloud of daggers where it is, and on this turn I use it.
Okay. I looked up how the spell works, and there is a correction to it, but fuck it, roll your damage.
No, what's the correction?
The correction is that when you spawn the cloud of daggers, the wording on the spell is when the creature enters the effect space. When you spawn the cloud of daggers, that is technically the effect entering the creature's space. However, I think that's dumb, so just roll your damage.
Okay.
Because cloud of daggers wouldn't really be very useful if not. Considering anything half of its intelligence is going to walk away from this.
Yeah,
What'd you roll?
That's 7
7.
points of damage.
Nice. Okay. That is your movement and your action, I presume.
Yeah, that's
Okay. Is that all you'd like to do?
Yep, that's it.
At the end of your turn, it is going to take its third legendary action. There is no fucking way I roll a 6 again. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Who? Me?
Yes, you.
Okay. Yeah, I was reading cloud of daggers again.
Pile, baby.
It's okay. I just need to use a different D8 because I've rolled 3 6s. Which
And you
is
said strength saving
a
throw?
strength saving throw.
Oh, jeez.
You're strongest, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm a little twink is what I am. 17.
17. You kind of you saw Rox kind of dig her. Man, you really threw me off with that comment. You saw Rox kind of dig her heels into the terrain, and you getting ready to follow suit as you had just seen Drusk get yanked. You kind of get ready, and you're luckily able to resist as this eye kind of writhes back around and looks at you and starts to draw you in.
Oh, thank God.
But you stay where you are, steadfast on the ground or on the rock here. Maslin, it's your go.
How far away is the creature from me, and how high is it in the air?
About 75, and I'm not going to because I know how height works in D&D. The longest angle is the only one I care about.
Okay.
So about 75
So,
feet.
and then how far away is it from that cube in the middle of the room? Is my next question.
15 feet.
Damn it. Okay. All right. Well, then
What is it
I'm,
you are trying to achieve? Remember, this is advantage from Flair.
I was going to attempt to cast shatter directly in between the creature and that cube.
Well, technically it's right there. Yeah,
Shatter's
10-foot radius.
Yeah.
10-foot radius, not diameter. Yeah, you can hit them both if you wanted to.
Okay. I'm going to cast shatter directly in between the two, and we will see what happens.
Sure, that is a
It
saving
needs to
throw
make
on
a
their
con
part.
save of 14, and unless that the object, unless it's magical or no one. Yeah. Okay.
It's inorganic material is the point of shatter.
Oh.
Alftrax.
Cast it anyway.
Alftrax actually fails. The cube. A natural 1.
Okay. Well then.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
The first round's gonna be a whopping 6. And that
Damage?
would be towards the that'd be towards the cube, I would say.
Okay.
And the creature's gonna get the
They both
better...
take the same roll.
Oh, okay, never mind. It's a whopping 6 for both then.
Very well. You kind of, well, actually, Drusk, you are able to see this. No one else is, because of the dip and recess that it's within. You kind of restrained against these rocks. Of course, you're fixated on the form that is above you, but as this thunderous boom rings out, you for the first time look at the purple glow that seems to be down and within, and you see what can only be described as a purple coil of a snake-like entity, similar almost in look to the Kaya tree that you had seen. This, by all appearances, seems to be some form of serpentine that has been encased here. Well, who knows how long the bones have been here. With that, you said 6, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That ends your go.
I appear to have released the Kraken, boys.
Do you want to be heading any specific direction? I'm assuming you don't want to stand where you're at.
Yeah, I'm gonna duck behind that closest rock.
Easy enough.
From the front of the chamber, in a very, very struggled tone, you hear, "Yikes!"
With that, that ends all of your guys' go and brings us to the one who rolled poorest, Alftrax. As now, little Drusk boy. Oh, that's not so bad. Make a Constitution saving throw.
9.
You are paralyzed. You may make this saving throw again at the end of each of your turns. What that also happens is it kind of whips back around Rox and Zesserin. We'll do Rox first. Why not? Rox, make a Constitution saving throw.
Yogi. 16.
16, success. As you see this eye kind of swing around after just looking at Drusk, and you feel your muscles beginning to tense up, but you shake it off. Zesserin. Okay. Make a wisdom saving throw, Zesserin.
All right. Oh wow, I'm rolling good. 22. 22.
As you, just similar to everyone else, can't look away from this creature, as its another eye swings around over the top and locks with you. You start to feel yourself being drawn to protect this creature, but then you shake it off, realizing that these are your friends and they're going to need your help against this.
Thank God.
That ends Alftrax's go and brings us back up at the top with Rox, Draco on deck.
So DM, hear me out. I'm going to try to do something. This is up to you for ruling. Since he's still pretty far up there and I can't reach him, would there be enough time for me to take a javelin and tie a rope to it? Just sort of fasten a rope to it.
Sure. Make a dexterity check.
Dex? Okay.
Yeah, as you're trying to tie a knot really quickly.
Dexterity check or 13.
13. Sure, good enough. You're a Moore's Wayfinder. You've tied them in a lot of knots.
Okay.
You now have one javelin with a rope attached to it.
Okay. I would like
We'll say
to
that's
throw
your
that
bonus
javelin.
action.
Huh?
We'll say that's your bonus action.
Okay. I would like to throw that javelin at him.
Recklessly?
Yes, please.
Make it happen.
Okay. Oh God. Oh, I mean, it's an 18 plus.
Well, good for you. That hits. Roll your damage.
10.
Damn, that's an effective ass javelin. So as you throw this javelin, I'm assuming you're letting the rope kind of run out of your hand as it goes, and then you're gonna grab it at the end.
Yeah.
Okay. Make a general. Let's say it's a wisdom check. Just make a just straight wisdom check. Or you know what? We'll say it's a wisdom saving throw. Why not? We'll say you're proficient in doing this.
Oh. 15?
15's enough. You wait until just the right moment to grab the end of this rope as it embeds it. And not only does the javelin first take the momentum of the creature, but as it kind of moves back as it's hit by this, you're dragged forward about 15 feet, now holding on to the end of this rope.
Okay. And
I'm assuming that was your goal, was to get a little closer.
Yeah, just to get to him, get a hang on him.
Yeah, and to have a rope that you can now swing up on. Creative. I liked it.
Oh,
I got him.
Does that end your go?
That's all I got.
Pretty sure that's all. Oh, wait, you could actually move. I probably should have let you move before doing all of this.
I wanted to be where I was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very well, then. That ends your go and brings us to Alftrax's first legendary action. Yeah. Zesserin, make a wisdom saving throw.
19.
19. As you're kind of looking away and reconfiguring yourself, you glance back again, and unfortunately you meet the eye, just the same. It's the same one trying to grab your attention and draw you into Alftrax's to be one of her thralls, but you manage to shake it off.
Thank God.
That ends the legendary action. Brings us to Draku's action, or Draku's turn. Drusk, you're up on deck.
We do not need a ship jumping wizard boy.
Do I notice this eye having verbal components to his attacks?
This creature does not necessarily speak so much as you hear it. You're not exactly certain if it's casting a spell. It is progressively taunting in in a language that you do not understand. That was close.
Was that its turn when it did that to me?
No, that was its legendary action.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, because I don't know if that counts.
Alright, I'll just reach around the rock and Eldritch Blast him again.
Go for it. Warrior attack with your hex damage if you hit.
Yeah, probably not. What is that? Okay. 12.
12 does not hit, unfortunately. Are we staying behind this stack of cover, or do we want to push up?
Yeah, can I push up behind the rock in front of me?
You can start to get there. You'll get to right about where Zesserin is, with 30 feet of movement.
Yeah, I want to be... Is there any way I can... I don't know. I'm trying to think how that looks. How tall is that rock?
This rock is about the same height as you. Realistically speaking. And it's not necessarily a rock just so much as the terrible job that has been done carving out this cavern. You can tell that almost everything up until this cavern was a measured, calculated masonry work. This is a little bit more rush job.
Sure.
Oh, which reminds me, since we opened that cube.
I guess that's probably it.
Okay.
I'll suffer the consequences.
That ends your go and brings us to Drusk.
Cool. What kind of save is it?
This would be a... You are now paralyzed, so it would be a Constitution saving throw.
7.
7. Unfortunately, still paralyzed.
Yep, I rolled lower than the first time, so.
I'm sorry.
Hey, it happens.
That ends your go and brings us to Gardak, Maslin, and Zesserin, the pair of threes.
I'd like to spend my action screaming internally.
Yeah.
Uh,
Indraconic, if it matters.
I can go first again. I guess I'll use my movement to get up behind the rock in front of me, or the next rock up. And then I want to use one of my +1 bolts. In
Go
my
for it.
crossbow.
Roll to hit, and it gives you a +1 on your 2 hit as well as your damage.
Okay. Woohoo! So that's 17.
17 does not hit, unfortunately.
Okay.
As you watch Gardak kind of come forward, rest the crossbow up on the rock, and then fire off, you see as it kind of tilts just at the last second and sees this incoming bolt and just barely rives out of the way. I need to check something while we move on to one of your 2 wizards' turns.
Since it
Go for
didn't
it,
hit the
Lester.
target, is it still magical?
As it kind of flies past, you'll have to check later.
Okay.
As it is, it did not embed itself in its chitinous armor, it just passed. I don't know why I have that note in this little booklet, but I had a note that Rock spoke a language she doesn't. Well, either way, she doesn't understand what Alftrax said. Okay, sorry, that ends Gardak's go, I trust.
You're up, Cestern.
My turn. All right. So I'm gonna move like to the left. My character's left.
How far do
Yeah, kind of like right. Yeah, right there. That's
You can
perfect.
get 30, which will put you behind that rock.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Unless I counted wrong, but whatever.
That works for me. All right. Now I'm going to do. Boy. I'll probably do a chromatic orb.
Okay,
Yeah,
what kind of
pretty well.
damage? What level?
A level 1 chromatic orb.
What kind of
let's
damage?
see. What kind of damage? Right.
Burn those
Right.
last baby.
Do what?
I just said burn those last spell slots, baby.
Yeah, before you go turncoat on us.
Yeah. Fire damage.
Fire damage, very well. Roll hit.
Oh no. An 8.
There's a flash of light as you all watch. Drusk, you're pinned against this rock, paralyzed, and you watch Zestrin come forward and pull out a familiar diamond, and as he kind of gets a mote of light in his hand and starts to force it through, unfortunately it just kind of and you like skitters and skips like a skipping stone across the stones just underneath. In the haste to prepare the spell, miffed it.
Drusk is just staring at you like wide-eyed.
That ends Zestrin's go, I believe, and would bring us to Maslin if not for a legendary action. Where? Ah, very good. I need, Draku, make a dexterity saving throw.
Um, 10.
10. As you see one of the stalks come around with an eye, you feel this lethargic force upon you. As you are technically under the effects of the spell slow, as far as I know, your speed is halved for 1 minute. In addition, you can't take reactions. You can either take an action or bonus action, not both. And you can repeat this saving throw at the end of each of your turns.
You have -2 to AC.
That actually is not in here, unfortunately, although I wish it was.
Okay.
The worstest things
All
you're
right.
going to do...
I thought it was slow, like the spell.
No, it's a slowing ability. Okay, that ends their go, and now Maslin, your turn.
Chromatic orb level 2, thunder damage. Oh yeah, buddy. 22 to hit.
22 hits. Roll your damage.
$18.
18. Nice. Okay. As you kind of focus this through, you all kind of hear a thunder crack as this bolt strikes true just on the underside of this chitinous armor. You can see a few pieces of slate, this armor, kind of fall off. It was a solid hit. Did you want to move somewhere, or are you staying where you're at?
I'm gonna stay put.
Not really sure 60 feet chromatic orb would have hit that, but who's counting? Okay.
It's 90.
Oh, okay. Then it would have. That ends your turn, and brings us to Alftrax's turn.
All right. Gotta get back daggers.
Oh yeah, go for it. Matter of fact, did we skip your last one when it came to be their turn?
I think we did. That's what I was thinking about this whole time.
Roll it twice. That's my B.
9 points.
9. Nice. That's what Drusk rolled in a saving throw.
13 points.
Dang, son. That is on me for forgetting about that. Okay.
And I mean, I
Now-
should remember to.
Now this is Alftrax's turn, who is going to, having seen the cube be broken,
Flee in terror.
Oh, he moving.
I'm trying to, if you don't got a dummy at the wheel here.
Thicket boy floating.
As he moves enough to get out of the cloud of daggers, and as this figure form moves, 3 eyes come around the top. One at Rox, one at Gardak, and one at Draku. The first one, Rox, make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh. 18.
18. As you're kind of holding onto this rope and you're watching it, you lock eyes with one of these eyes that is writhing around. This fear begins to well up in you, but you push it away. Gardak. Finally. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. $22.
20. What the fudge? All right. That's a real thing. Well, you will
I'm a
take
beefy boy.
you will take half of this, which is probably good.
Probably.
Ugh.
I mean, I'm rolling. I'm rolling all right. It's not
He's-
bad.
He's still going. He's still going. Still rolling dice.
37 points halved to
Thank
19, I think,
God.
right?
Yeah,
37.
it'd be
Yeah, 19.
So 19
Okay.
points of necrotic damage. As this one
Sick.
stalk comes around the side and begins to shoot out this ray that, as you see as it strikes where Gardak's armor is, the armor itself stays up, but you can see just underneath the armor little bits of Gardak's flesh taking on rot almost immediately. The third and final one is at Draku here. Draku, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Not like this.
Yeah, I might be dead. Oh yeah, 7.
7. You all kind of get a moment to watch as Draku ends up locking eyes with one of these stalks inadvertently. Draku, like that, you're out. Unconscious.
Damn it.
As you watch him hit the floor like a sack of rocks.
So
No
I guess
pun
my question is, am I dead or am I
You
just
are-
unconscious?
Just unconscious.
Okay, alright, that's fair.
Yep, just unconscious. You're not a construct or undead, so you're unconscious. Okay, that ends Alftrax's go and brings us back up to the top. Rox, you are holding a rope attached to a javelin embedded in Alftrax's chitinous armor.
How close am I to Drusk?
You're about 10 feet from him. You just have to walk 5 feet and you're standing next to him.
Do I get the sense that, like, I could pull him away and give him cover, or would he go right back to...
You know, I don't actually know because the stat block doesn't say it. I will say you had experienced the same pull, but you managed to resist it. You understand this is a field that the creature has put around Drusk that he hasn't yet shaken off. You could try to help him shake it off if that's what you wanted to do.
I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Sure. Go ahead and make a strength check. At advantage. Versus... I'll have him
Holy
do a
fucking shit, Aiden.
natural 20.
2 of
Both
them.
of them.
Oh, well,
That's a
Wow.
big
you know what?
energy.
I'm not even gonna roll. Yeah. Drusk, as you're kind of pinned up against this rock, you see your good friend Rox run up and just kind of tear you out of this field. She actually throws you 5 feet to get you out of the effect, as I guess rocks technically would have moved up here to do so. And you are no longer affected by this field. You are still paralyzed, but you're not restrained anymore. I guess I probably should have had you roll saving. Well, no, we'll say you're out of both. We'll say you're out of both, as she assists you with the saving throws that you need. I probably did that wrong. I probably should have had you roll some saving throws, but you know what? Fuck it.
I know
Should've
when
just
I'm
rolled two
paralyzed,
d20s
I
at
auto
the same
fail
time.
strength saves, so...
Well, the strength wasn't you; it was rocks. So
Yeah.
that's the thing.
I'm
I
never-
know I'm not doing that one to book, but she just rolled 2 natural 20s, so fuck it. That only costs you 5 feet of your movement in your action. You want to go anywhere? You're still, I guess, holding onto the edge of this rope, right?
Yeah, so that was my action.
And 5 feet.
movement.
Did it not move her when he moved?
She moved Drusk out of the field that he was in.
No.
Just
I'm
keeping
talking about
contained.
when the creature moved on its last
Yeah,
turn.
he should kind of.
It doesn't.
think you said-
Alftrax is technically a she. She doesn't take Drusk with her. She has him locked in a position.
No,
Javelin with the
like
rope
on
in
my
it.
leash.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it gets drugged with me. I would assume.
okay.
Yeah.
I would have said sure. It probably would have put you over here, and it would have cost you 10 feet of movement to get to Drusk, but
That's fine.
you would technically have dragged him back out, and you'd be there. It's 5 feet of movement. I mean, tomato.
There's nothing I can do right now.
I mean, you can Indiana Jones this shit, can't you?
I can climb up the rope.
What else
Yeah.
did you throw the rope for?
Oh, I was gonna drag it down.
Oh, I mean, whatever you want to do. That's up to you.
It's not movement though. That would be like a strength thing.
You've already used your action. I'll say that much.
Yeah, definitely. I'll climb the rope. Why the fuck not?
Okay.
I'll
As you kind
improvise.
of begin to lift up and over on this rope, you actually begin to swing, having lost all purchase on the ground.
Yes.
And you swing
Love it.
just over and underneath this pit. You now, looking below, can see the same purplish serpentine form below. You getting a little bit of a closer look, you see what seems similar to Alftrax's scales. This is a very scarred, damaged creature. And you see just the little bits of it starting to billow and burgeon as it kind of rises from whatever slumber it's been in.
You're welcome, everybody. You're welcome.
But you now get to see this serpentine form just slowly shifting. That ends your go, because I don't think you can realistically do anything else. And
No.
brings us to a legendary action. Zessarin.
Oh, great.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
It's nice knowing you, Sestern.
Yeah.
We had some good times.
Luck is about to run out, I feel like. Yeah, 7.
This was the Enervation Ray. "24 points of necrotic damage.
Oh my god.
Are you alive?"
No.
Oof.
Of course I'm not alive.
Rox, you swinging below, seeing all of these various scars, you
Oh.
see one singular greenish beam shoot out and strike where you think Zessarin used to be standing, and you hear a very short yelp before there's a moment when all of you in the silence of this cavern, amongst the laughter, as you hear as Zessarin seemingly hits the ground.
Oh, when you said used to be standing.
Oh,
Oh, I thought he got like.
Yeah,
No.
this is how you
it's not a
disintegrated,
disintegration ray. He'll be all right.
Why does it smell like urine?
That's you, Drusk, with your wide eye. Oh, jeez. Okay, that ends Rox's go. I need to do some background paperwork here. Rox, make a perception check.
What?
I don't know what that was.
That's a 6.
6. You are asphyxiated when you're swinging from this creature.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
With that background paperwork done, that brings us to Draku with Drusk on deck.
So what do I roll?
You are unconscious. That's right. You're unconscious.
Yeah, but can't I shake it off or whatever?
Let me double read. No. You're unconscious.
Okay. That's
Drusk, what are we doing, bud?
Do I? Okay, I want to take like 2 seconds, and I just want to like take in the scene around me since I've been essentially stun locked for 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Do I hear the yelp, and do I see Zesserin on the ground?
You see Zesserin maybe 20 feet from you, and you only heard, but now are able to turn your head and look as Draku has also hit the ground.
Okay.
You can see
I
Zesserin, various bits of his white flesh have these almost dark markings on them, whereas Draku looks perfectly fine. He just hit the floor.
Okay.
My life alert.
I will. Bonus action, healing word, Zesserin.
Okay.
And I'm gonna bolt right to Draku, and I'm gonna grab him by the shoulders, and I just want to right in his face while shaking.
Okay. Roll your health.
What do I do?
6.
Zesserin, you are up with 6 HP. Draku,
Already.
you awake in a startle as a lizard man with terrible breath is screaming in your face. You're actually still currently prone, I should say.
Yeah.
But as Drusk, you feel these claws almost in fear digging into your shoulders as you are being actively shook, and this lizard man is just full bore screaming in your face.
Oh my god, that worked.
Yeah,
I
I
also-
can't believe it even worked.
I can't believe you just brought them both up in the same action, because I was going to try to get Draku up next turn.
Well, Healing Word's a bonus action.
Healing word is a bonus action.
Healing Word's a bonus action.
You did good, my boy.
Drusk, that's only 15 feet of your movement. If you wanted to go somewhere else.
Anybody else you want to shake?
Oh, yeah, that's great. I'm gonna run 15 more feet back at the flying thing.
That tucks you just behind a rock over here.
Good, I started in the same spot.
I'm going to take Maslin, you're out of frame, unless you need
That's
to see
fine.
where you're at.
No,
I'm
I'm
going to
good.
try to get everybody a little bit of a better...
Maslin, you're a mile away.
He's a safe distance away, seemingly. Okay, that ends your go, Drusk. And brings us to one of Alftrax's legendary actions. As... Yeah, rocks. I mean, you're getting close. It's not copacetic. Make a strength saving throw at advantage because you're raging.
A little dicey. 16.
16. As you've got this rope kind of wrapped around your arm, you can feel this extreme tension where the rope
Sorry,
is.
I was wrong. It's 18. I'm sorry.
Doesn't matter. You can feel this extreme tension where the rope is, as you're holding onto it and it's digging into your bicep that it's wrapped around. You can tell once again it's trying to relocate you. And as it does, it almost like starts and then stops as you can hear the spear that's embedded digging through the chitinous armor. Shit. You're doing a cool thing. We'll say it does some damage. Okay. And that is a legendary action. Brings us to Gardak, Maslin, and Zesserin, the pair of 3.
All right. I'll use another +1 bolt.
Okay, go for it.
12.
12.
13.
Unfortunately, does not hit. As you fire off another crossbow bolt, with rocks swinging below as it kind of sways left and right, dodging your shot. There's just a. Did you want to move?
Yeah, I'll move up.
Directly forward.
Zesserin in front of me.
This is Zesserin, who is currently conscious. You can see him just taking his first breaths again, but on the ground and looking in a bad way. You want to move next to him? Okay, I think your mic is having problems again. I'm not really sure.
Okay.
So, see what you can do about that, and we'll see if we can get that resolved. That, anyway, brings us over to Maslin and Zessarin.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
I'm assuming you'd like to stand up.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand up. Then I'm going to cast Chromatic Orb, first level at it, using. God damn, I keep pressing the wrong button. Do lightning damage.
Go for it.
16.
16 unfortunately does not hit.
Oh my god.
As you're kind of getting yourself righted back, and there's this, you're just woozy. All of your life force is drained out of you in one go, and now you're just swinging back up, your own focused as you push the light back through again. This actually does strike Alftrax's chitinous armor and just bounces right off. Gotta have to aim a little bit better than that. Maslin, unless you'd like to move, Zessarin, you have 15 feet.
I'm good there.
Okay. Maslin,
Exact same pony show, except it's cold damage.
go for it.
And that's going to be a whopping 17.
17 just barely does not hit.
Alright, I'm running out of tricks here, boys.
As you as well push light through, and this time there's almost this cold wind that blows past a lot of you as this shot goes over. However, Alftrax just slowly, with rocks swinging below, is just swinging left and right and manages to swing around your shot.
What a scene. My
Yeah.
God.
Well, I never thought we'd be doing it either, but here we are. That ends your go, and I may have missed a legendary action or two, but no matter. Brings us to Alftrax's turn.
Caroline, is your mic set up? Is Caroline going to make a turn?
Oh,
I just went.
Oh.
Yeah,
you
you did.
had-
You took a shot and you moved. Did you want to do anything else?
Me?
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, all you really have is a bonus action.
yeah, bonus action. Can I switch out for sword and shield?
Go for it. Okay. Having now closed the gap, you may try the same thing as rocks, I imagine. Who knows? This brings us to Alftrax's turn, who... Yeah. We'll say Maslin's in cover. He's fine. He can't be seen. Yeah, first will be rocks. We'll just start there.
Hit me,
Rocks. Con saving throw.
Con?
Con.
Ruh-roh.
Is that advantage or no?
No.
Okay.
Six.
Oh no.
Yoicks.
That'll be a 13.
Well, I suppose it's a good thing you're raging then, huh?
Yes?
42 points of necrotic damage. Do you have necrotic damage?
Halved everything but psychic.
So, 21 to you.
Whoa!
As I roll really goddamn good.
Wow.
Damn! Okay.
As this familiar ray that previously struck Zessarin, you see this I-beam just completely churn up and around and underneath. And Rox, as you're holding on, you can see the hemp of this rope itself is being corroded by the rot that this ray is capable of putting out. Good thing is, that's the only time it can use it this fucking turn, so... the second one... I need a wisdom saving throw from you, Gardak.
Alright.
And the third... we'll make it a Drusk. Drusk, dexterity saving throw.
Oi.
Big 12.
God.
Wait, is this on his turn still?
This is Alftrax's turn currently.
Okay, we still need to do this.
Cloud of Daggers is back
Oh,
over here.
He moved.
I forgot he moved.
Also, you dropped concentration on it anyway because you
Oh
died.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. You know what? I'll have my D4 back. What'd you get, Drusk?
Oh, 17.
Okay, Drusk, you kind of feel this same similar feeling again as this lethargy sleeps over you, but you manage to shake out of it. Gardak, unfortunately, you lock eyes with one of these stalks, and it's now, once you're close enough, and the purple light coming up from underneath, you see rocks just getting blasted. Fear sets in. You are frightened. You may make this saving throw at the end of each of your turns, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, end of each of your turns. And this is not the right status ring, but there we go.
That's yikes.
That is indeed a fucking shame. That ends Alftrax's go. Brings us back up to the top. Rocks.
Okay, so
Uh-huh.
I would like to climb the rest of the rope and try to get up. Can I climb it? Like, there are things to grab onto, correct?
There is
Like-
chitinous armor you could try to grab onto.
Okay. I'm
You also,
gonna-
within the various scales that surround this
Yeah.
form, there are sometimes scars that are so deep you can put a large portion of your arm into it.
That's great news. Okay, I'm trying to get up and get like an armful of eye stalks to hold on to and just fucking whack. Reckless, please.
Make a strength check at advantage. Straight check. Or athletics. Fuck it.
Athletics, you said?
Yes.
23.
23. As you, with your movement and what little rope is left, you pull yourself up, get your arm into a scar, and then again, trying to make sure to avoid the toothy maw, you grab some chitinous armor and throw yourself up and over. And now you can see you are standing amongst all of these writhing eye stalks. You are now, for all intents and purposes, I'll put you up here, but you are now above the creature. And you said you wanted to get a handful of eye stalks, and
I like to hold on to so I don't fall. Just like wrap as many as I can. And just hang on and take my great axe recklessly and just start fucking bashing it.
Go for it. Say the AC is a little lower.
Okay.
That was a bad call, my dude.
It's whatever. I mean,
That was a 26.
yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll some damage.
11.
11 points of damage.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sure. As you kind of grab a handful of them, you start chopping. You actually manage to chop almost through one entire one as it kind of starts to fall limp. You get the sense you have severed the purpose of the eye stalk. So
Okay.
I choose. I'll roll for which one. I'll roll for which one. Okay, that's the bad one anyway, so you can have that. Okay. That ends your go, I trust.
Yeah. I'm
As-
good. I'm just gonna hold on for dear life.
As you all now see, Rox has quite literally scaled the side of this creature against all reason and logic. She now stands amongst all of the threatening eye stalks. That ends your go, and it would only make sense for a legendary action to be used here.
Big mechanical bullet energy.
Need you to make a wisdom saving throw, Rox.
No. I'm just checking, okay? Just double checking. Yeah, it's 7.
7. Just as you were about to take off on this rope, you looked behind and saw Draku hit the ground, and now you too lose your consciousness. As currently, Rox is embedded amongst the eye stalks. Alftrax has not yet moved, and is fairly large enough for you to not have
No, I
slid
don't.
up.
I pop up to 1.
No.
No?
No. It doesn't take you down to 0. You just go unconscious, which
You
is
just
a
go
regular-
unconscious.
Oh, okay. I didn't understand. I thought it took all
Yes,
my-
No.
as you're standing there and you've got this handful of eye stalks and one swings around directly in your face, and then blackness.
Okay, cool. I just misunderstood.
That ends the legendary action, brings us to Draku, Drusk on deck. Oh wait, I need to do some background paperwork. Since none of you can see this, because Rox is gone. Yep. Where is... It's getting there. Okay, sorry, now, Draku.
I'll stand up and I'll do an Eldritch Blast.
Very well. Is Hex a concentration spell?
I believe it is, yeah.
You would have
Let me
lost
check
it.
again, but no, I know.
No.
It's fine. It might. Well, yeah, it doesn't matter right now. Can't do it. So yeah, I'm just gonna hit him with the Eldritch. Non-natural 20.
That hits. Roll you up some damage.
13.
13. As you watch Draku kind of rise himself to his feet. Oh, sorry, I did this wrong. And he reaches out and fires a familiar blast of energy. You can see Alftrax now kind of swinging, but rocks just barely, like, amongst the eye stalks bouncing off one and then another. You can see you're starting to wear away at Alftrax's form. The damage is starting to take hold.
Can I move up against a rock?
Put rocks up there. Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I want to try to avoid my gaze to their eyes.
Very well. Although you know by now, it's not necessarily that you lock eyes with one of these, it's that it targets you.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
But you are free to look away from this creature in absolute terror if you'd like.
Alright, yeah, so that's technically the end of my turn. What do I roll for the slow?
You would roll a dexterity save throw.
21.
21. You are no longer lethargically affected, as it is no longer draining the energy from you, as you kind of feel yourself ready to move and react with full capabilities. However, that does end your go.
Yep.
And brings us to a legendary action. Drusk! Standing out in front of a rock. Huh. Make a wisdom saving throw for me, Drusk.
Got it. Sorry, we're debating how many rages she has left, because she never marked any of them.
I did. They were in my notes.
Wisdom save?
Wisdom
24.
save. 24. As you feel yourself fall within the cone, there's a moment when you want to protect Alftrax, but you manage to shake it off. As you evade being charmed.
Oh, wonderful.
For 1 hour. That ends the legendary action and brings us to... Did you just go, Drusk, or did Draka just go?
Draka just went.
Then Drusk.
All right. I would like to... how far away from me is this floating entity, and how high up is it?
It's about 25 feet from you. 15 feet high, but the range is 25.
Yikes.
I would say you probably still have your magic stones, even though you're restrained and everything.
No,
You never would have lost them.
Well, I could bonus action back anyway.
Hmm.
No, I have different plans. I
That's bold.
would like to run at the rock that is directly left of me, and when I reach the peak of the rock, I'm going to wild shape into an ape, and I want to launch myself in the air at this creature.
Okay, what's the size of an ape?
Medium.
Okay. What is the strength of that ape?
Just the pure strength?
Yes.
16 plus 3.
That would be the strength saving throw, no?
No, it's 16.
Oh,
It's
so
his
plus 3.
score. It's a plus 3 strength modifier.
So, as you jump straight at this creature, you can see approaching the singular scarred eye with all of the eye stalks, rocks just on top. As you make your way straight for this toothy maw, as an ape,
Yep.
make a grapple check.
That's athletics, correct?
That would be athletics or acrobatics, your choice. Or no, it's athletics for you, and then defender is their choice.
We're going metal. We're going metal. We're an ape now. Oi! Hate to see it.
What'd you get?
9.
6.
Oh!
As you just evade, having swung, not even really calculating, as you just evade the toothy maw, you manage to grab onto one of these chitinous pieces of armor. That was probably about all your movement.
Yep.
What do you want to do now?
That's it.
You
That's
found
my
purchase.
action.
Okay. Yep. What the fuck is happening? Yeah, as you're up here now.
Dope.
Very well. That ends your go. brings us to the pair of Gardak, Zesserin, and Maslin, in whatever order you guys want.
Hear me out.
Man, y'all some brave ass motherfuckers.
Desperate, that's what it is.
maybe that, yeah. What are you doing, Gardak? Or Zesserin or Maslin?
I'm gonna go second to last, so.
You're muted, Drill.
I'm gonna cast Chromatic Orb level 1,
Oh,
Go
you're
for
gonna go?
Roll
and
a
I'm
hit.
gonna make it cold damage
Okay.
again. Okay, 21.
21. Yep, that hits.
Hold on, wow, that's pretty good. 21 damage. Haha.
Dang. On 3d8? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
6, 7, 8.
Nice.
Okay.
As most of you don't have the time nor the capability to turn around long enough to drop your defenses, you see another familiar streak of magic from back where Maslin's at. Drusk, as you're kind of grappling on in ape form, this bolt of energy strikes just in the toothy maw, and you can see a lot of the teeth kind of crackling with the energy that's been delivered. As you do,
You respect me.
as you do, you hear from the first time Alftrax's laughter turn a bit concerned as it goes. It's kind of realizing it's got enemies everywhere, especially on it. Okay, that ends Madeline go. Gardak, Zesserin, what are you guys doing?
Okay. All right, I guess. Bonus action, I guess, switch back to my crossbow. And then.
Oh, I need to. It's at the end.
Yeah, I guess
Take a
I'll
shot.
take a shot with one of my plus ones.
Go for it. It is a disadvantage because you are
Disadvantage.
feared.
Big 8.
8. Unfortunately, as you're trying to grapple with everything that you're seeing, as Drusk comes running in front of you, gets up on all fours on a rock, and then just jumps and turns into an ape midair. There's a lot of shit going on in this room, and quite frankly, the lighting isn't great. There's spells flying everywhere. You're having to switch from sword to shield, back to crossbow. You're just not on your game at this moment.
All right, I want to action surge and try again.
Okay. I will remind you that you will be able to make a saving throw to resist fear at the end of your turn here. So that's a choice you can make. But it would still be a disadvantage if you attacked again.
Then in that case, I don't want to do that and just make the saving throw.
Go
So,
for it. Make a wisdom save.
Which, okay. 21.
21. As you realize your friends are in trouble, you don't have time for fear as you start to shake it off. However, that does end your go, I believe.
Yep.
And brings us to just before Zesserin, one final legendary action at this ape who's now run up on it.
Yee.
Make a strength saving throw as the ape.
$11.
11. As you are moved 30 feet and then pinned as it throws you back to the rock from whence you came, the familiar force field that pushes you away and jettisons you from it, as you are now pinned and restrained against the rock.
Dope.
Sorry, man.
No, it's not you. I'm just like, that's it's a
Uh,
reasonable move for it to make.
now that would bring it. I mean, I have to roll randomly for these eye rays according to the stat block. I could always choose not to, I guess. Zessarin.
Yeah,
Throw
I'm
up.
gonna cast Toll the Dead on it.
Toll the Dead. That is a saving throw on its part, I believe, right?
15.
15.
Wisdom. Yeah, 15.
Wisdom.
Yeah.
19.
Dang.
As unfortunately, as you try to reach out and give it a sense of its mortality, it does turn back for a moment and laugh at you, as you can get an easy read. This creature does not think it's going to lose. That ends your go and brings us to Alftrax's turn, who is now going to move. Yeah, what's the... I don't really know how to do this, but... As it now... That's the way I see it. I bought it. Might as well use it, right?
Hell yeah, baby.
As it now floats ever upward, as it does, seeing the grouping of you below, just begins trying to go haywire with this. Rox, roll a percentile for me. There's a 33% chance you fall.
What does that mean? 13? Okay.
So that would mean you fall.
Okay, I fall.
I don't know if that's good or bad, honestly, at this point.
Yeah.
You descending now from... I will say that you fell off early, although it doesn't really matter. I believe that just makes you fail a death save.
Does
Zach,
it?
help me
No,
out.
she's not unconscious. She's not like
Oh,
dead.
that's right.
She's
That's right.
conscious.
That's right. So we will
So
roll...
she should take damage and wake up, if I remember unconscious correctly.
You know, now that you say it, I'm thinking the same thing
Because there
myself.
should be an action and or damage.
Yeah. As you fall, no longer raging, however,
Nope.
you suffer 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And now, at this moment, as you've fallen, you wake up and you look right next to you, and this serpentine form, with purple striations and scars all down. You're at the edge of one of the coils, begins to properly kind of rise and move at this moment. You obviously quite terrified, but it's not your go just yet. That was the start of Alftrax's turn. Now there's going to be 3 eye rays. One at Draku, one at Gardak, one at Zessarin. Wait, Maslin?
No.
No, you're still kind of behind the rock. I won't rob you of that. Draku first, Gardak, then Zessarin. Let's see what it ends up being.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were saying it was my turn.
Draku, make a wisdom saving throw.
He can see me? I guess he is high enough, yeah.
He is high enough, and he has the dark vision for it.
Yeah. Oh, no.
8. Draku, it's at this moment that you realize this can't be right. Alftrax must live. My friends are not my friends. You
They must die.
are charmed for 1 hour, or until the beholder harms you. If I believe correctly, you're not necessarily hostile towards your friends, but you're not hostile towards Alftrax anymore.
So, what about when he dies?
That will very much be a thing we'll get to.
Alright.
Unless we
Hopefully.
die first.
Charm creature
Everyone
can't
in the group
attack the
all
charmer or target the charmer with harmful abilities or magical effects. The charmer has advantage on ability checks to interact socially with the creature. So you have no desire to hurt your friends, but you have absolutely zero desire to hurt Alftrax at this moment.
That was what we call neutral.
Yeah, no kidding. Gardak. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeet.
Zessarin, make a Strength saving throw.
The one thing I'm bad at.
8.
Fuck.
Gardak.
Use endurance.
Is that to reroll or to auto succeed?
No, it's to reduce damage.
Ah, that would be a good move.
So what is the exact status I'm under, Suboxer?
You are charmed.
Alright.
27 points of necrotic damage, Gardak.
Alright. Oh. It's reduced by 7, so 20.
20. Are you up?
Just barely.
Okay. Zesserin, what'd you get on your strength saving throw?
Big ol' 2.
2. As you are thrown 30 feet and are now being held in a field of energy that it is placed around you. Luckily, that doesn't do any damage, which is fine, I guess. Okay, that ends Alftrax's go. Brings us back up to the top. Rocks, conscious, sitting next to serpentine form, currently prone. What are you doing?
Is the rope anywhere within reach? I think it was 50 feet.
Yeah, the rope's within reach. I mean, it's dangling. It's not like it's got arms it's gonna pull it up with.
How far to get to it and how far up is the guy? Girl, lady, beautiful.
About 30 feet in the air. You're not raging. It'd be a hell of a climb.
I may not rage. Yeah, I'm gonna go back up, please. I'm gonna use my boots.
Okay. As you begin to climb, just make a general strength check. Or make an athletics check, actually.
Athletics, 24.
You climb the length of the rope. You are now hanging underneath, as you can see multiple scar marks in every other which way, all over the chitinous form. You are hanging just underneath. Oh, I suppose prone you would have had less movement.
I can't rage. I'm still gonna go reckless.
Yeah.
If I stay where I'm at, kind of holding onto the javelin, can I swing wide with my axe and hit the big eye?
You theoretically could. I already let you get this far. Your prone should have made you move less, but whatever. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Nah,
Do you wanna...
it's my fault. Go for it.
Okay.
I gotta be better about that kind of stuff.
That's a 14.
14. Unfortunately, does not hit. As you're just finished climbing, you're already out of breath, having just come back and taken some fall damage and knocked the wind out of you. You're trying to get some momentum on the rope, but you just can't get it swinging enough. And as you kind of swing with your axe, it just goes wide.
All right. Well, that's what I'm saying.
At the end of your turn, it's a legendary action. We'll see if it even fucking sees you coming up. Oh yeah, it sees you. So legendary action against you. It doesn't have that eye anymore. You cut it off. It does have that one. Make a Constitution saving throw.
$22.
22. As you kind of feel all your muscles tense up, you're afraid you're about to lose your grip, but then you shake through it. You saw the same effect on Drusk earlier.
Got it.
That ends the legendary action. Brings us to... At this point now... His mini's under there. I'm not moving it. You see the serpentine form kind of rise. And as it does... Seeing you, Rocks. Why do I not have this ready? Why do I not have this ready? I apologize.
Take your time.
As you, Oh, okay. I should have known that, but I've never really cast this spell. Rocks, you heal for 7 points, as you all hear throughout the room a different voice than Alftrax's. As this one, you heal for 7 hit points.
Okay.
As you hear, and only you, Draku, understand, as it is being said in Celestial, the serpentine form saying, Finally free from my chains. Alftrax, my will not be denied, nor that. And that ends its go.
I released the good Kraken. Yay!
We'll see.
Boy, Kraken.
Yeah, I'm about to say this dude's first, and then we're second.
Yeah. But still.
That ends that go. I almost said the creature's name. Drusk on deck.
So to be fair to say that I can't remember in our last session, but whenever we entered this cavern, I casted Mage Armor.
You did cast Mage Armor during the combat with the agents of the Cloak Serpent. It hasn't been more than 8 hours.
All right.
So you would still have your Mage Armor.
Am I in dim light?
At this point, yeah. You're between the torchlight that is spilling out of the trophy room, and none of these crystals affect the light in terms of, as I described earlier, it doesn't affect your capabilities.
Then I guess what I'll do is I'll summon Shadowblade, and then that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. You still do have your bonus action, right?
That is my bonus action.
You're not slowed anymore.
No, I know, but
He's charmed.
Yeah, I'm charmed.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you were charmed. That's what happens when I don't put a status ring on you. Okay. Yeah. That ends your go. Drusk. You are up. You may do things. You're just restrained.
I will stop being an ape as a bonus action.
Okay. Did you kind of back into Drusk form?
Any movement?
Does it impede your movement?
No. Is the creature in the pit making any movement?
You see as it's kind of risen up at this point, and is almost standing serpentine-like on its back, like a snake perched up, getting ready to strike. So you see this large purple serpentine form that kind of comes to this. It's almost a softer face than you would expect from a snake, as the final flare here, and you can see all sorts of markings and striations, as well as the scars that paint all the scales that run down it. As you see now, broken free of its temporary prison and given a little bit of time to recover.
All right, I will, assuming I can while restrained, I will chuck a magic stone at the Rising Serpent.
Okay. Roll the hit.
Oh, wait. Do I get to roll anything to try and get
Absolutely not 11.
Draku, what'd you say? No, you are charmed for 1 hour.
Oh, okay. So
or until the beholder harms you.
No, that's fine.
Drusk, as you kind of throw one of these magic stones, you see it dart out of the way, and then right at you. And you can't understand, but Draku, you hear, "Fool! Do not interrupt my revenge on Alftrax." But that is, obviously unintelligible to you, Drusk. That ends your go, unless you wanted to... do you want to make a... Sorry. Oh no, you're just incapacitated until the start of the beholder's next turn. That ends your go and brings us to Gardak, Zesterin, and Maslin all together.
Okay, well, is Zestrin within distance from me that I can reach? Because I'm still off screen right now.
You could run up to Zesterin and be within touch distance if that's something you wanted to do.
Yeah, I want to run up to him and force feed him a potion.
Okay. Sure. So go ahead and roll the healing for a potion of healing.
Aren't I in a force field or something? Or
You're,
where am I in?
You are. You're just being force
Can I try
fed.
to shake him a little bit while I'm doing this?
It's
Kinda work his head.
your action to feed it to him. He's currently restrained the same way that Drusk is.
Okay. Well, he gets 8 health.
8 health.
And then can I run back into cover?
Yeah, you should have enough movement to do that.
Cool. In return.
Okie doke. That brings us to either Gardak or Zesterin.
All right. All right. I guess I'll take another shot with my crossbow.
Go for it. Not at disadvantage because you're no longer feared.
Right. I'll just burn through all my +1 bolts. Why not? For funsies. 18.
18 does just hit.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll your damage. As Alftrax is not looking good.
2 points.
Okay. As you kind of fire up, you can see rocks kind of just hanging on below, and you just kind of aim up and shoot just underneath where Rox is, nearly hitting her, but instead you find purchase through the scales.
All right. Bonus action, second wind.
Okay, go for it.
I think that's 5. Yeah.
Okay. You do still have your action surge, and you're not feared at this point. It doesn't cost you anything to do your action surge. You just do it, and you get another action. If you wanted to do it, I'm just over here telling you about it.
Yeah, I might as well. I'm probably
for it.
unconscious before I get to use it. If I don't do it now. Okay. So another 18.
18 does hit. Roll your damage.
Right. 4 points.
4. You're piling on the damage here. You can see Alftrax's laughter has turned to absolute concern, as now with the serpent underneath awakening and you guys getting the upper hand, it knows its time is not long. That, however, brings us to the end of your go, unless you wanted to move.
I'm good.
And to Alftrax's turn, who, seeing the serpent below...
For me.
Oh,
What about me?
Sleep, boy.
go ahead,
Am I?
Zesser. No, you're just incapacitated. You are, or not, you're not incapacitated, I have the wrong ring on you. You are restrained, so you cannot move unless you'd like to try to break your restraints.
Can I still cast things?
You can still cast spells.
Advantage.
I can
Yep.
cast at disadvantage.
You would be.
Great. Cool. Can I cast Toll the Dead then on it?
You can. It's a wisdom on its part.
Yep. Wisdom 15.
Wow. Rolls a 13 total.
Ah! Finally! A
Yep.
win!
And roll your damage.
Ten.
10.
I know.
Okay. That ends your go?
Yep.
Okay, sorry. Now Alftrax. Seeing the serpents
Hey.
below. Oh. Let's see if he can do this. Oh, he does. Fires one ray out at the serpent below, trying to put it back into its purgatory. Is going to fire a second one at it. Oh! The one that hasn't been used all game. Amazing. And he fails. So you kind of watch as the serpentine kind of coming around and hissing at you, Drusk. All of a sudden, it looks like it's dumbstruck and unable to coordinate itself as it kind of begins to fall almost back into its prison, as it seems more uneasy than it was just moments ago. As he does, Alftrax, Fion Maktin, and Dumati, Tumaki Alftrax. There is one more eye beam that I suppose it would use on Rox if it was any bit smart. Rox, strength saving throw. One you're very good at.
24.
24. As you once again feel this force coming out at you to push you away, you manage to dig in, holding on to that rope and what little purchase you have. That ends Alftrax's go and brings us back up to the top. Rocks,
I'm gonna swing for the eye again. Reckless.
go for it.
Much better. 24.
24 hits.
$12.
Okay. That ends your go.
That's all I got.
Okay. That brings us to the Serpent's turn, who now we have to figure out what he's going to do on his turn. Where the heck? So, Drusk, you kind of watch as the Serpent just kind of trying to deal with its current situation. Doesn't fully understand what's going on. It literally does nothing. That ends its go and brings us to Draku with Drusk on deck.
He's pissed that you're taking his revenge away from him. My turn's over.
Oh yeah.
Drusk, you're up. You are actually no longer restrained, I should have said. And you were never technically prone, so you are on top of this rock.
Good. I will chuck a magic stone at it.
And which one is it?
Sorry, I will chuck a magic stone at the floating boy.
Okay, go for it.
17.
17 just barely does not hit.
Yep,
That ends your go.
that's all I got.
And brings us to Alftrax's legendary action. If I roll another 6, I'm gonna fucking scream. Gardak, make a strength saving throw.
Ah, okay. $17.
Okay. As you feel this kind of force begin to try to push you away, you just kind of dig in, because all I can roll is 6s. That ends the legendary action's turn and brings us to the pack of you 3 goons, Gardak, Mazlin, and Zessarin.
Oh boy. Yeah, I guess I'll try and launch another crossbow bolt at it.
Go for it.
$11. Tragic.
Gardak.
I'm trying.
At least she gets a turn.
That's true.
Oof.
Alright.
I guess that's it.
Mazlin, Zessarin, what are we doing?
Toll the dead on him.
Okay, another wisdom save.
15.
10.
Aha!
Go ahead and roll your damage. It has taken damage, so I think it's 2d12.
No, 1.
Oh, okay.
2012. So, 4.
Flair, your finish.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Well, what does Toll the Dead look like?
You awaken the mortality in a creature, and make it understand that its doom has arrived. And technically, I think you kill it with psychic damage.
Yeah, you ring a bunch of bells in its head.
It's necrotic.
Oh.
Super headache power. Just
You watch as Alftrax kind of rotating in air, firing these various different beams in different directions. Almost back to laughter after having put the serpent kind of back down. Rocks, as you are holding onto the bottom of this rope, it begins to swing low as you get the sense this creature is going down. Are you dropping when it gets close to the ground?
Yeah.
Make a dexterity saving throw for me, as you're trying to get off at just the right time.
Uh-oh, sorry. My character sheet went away. Sorry, 1 second.
The rest of you all watch as Alftrax's chitinous form crashes, heading just this direction on the side of you, Drusk, and begins to scrape away at the cave wall as it now begins to tumble. And you see the scarred form lay still.
It's 16.
As rocks swinging in underneath, drops the rope at just the right time, and lands on a 3-pointer. For the moment, you're not certain what's next. That ends your go, Zesserin. I'll keep us in an initiative. We're back at the top, since Alftrax is gone. Rox, what, if anything, are you
What about
doing?
me?
Oh, you missed me.
Oh,
I'm getting as far away as possible.
it's okay.
Back to
We're just gonna go until the creature's turn. So Rox, Maslin, from the top.
you said me, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm currently waiting to see what you guys do because its initiative is at some point further down this. So just tell me what you're doing.
I'm running. I'm getting anybody nobody's incapacitated right now, right?
No, not at this point.
Yeah, once I hit the ground, I'm booking it away.
Okay. We don't need this anymore. Okay. Maslin, what if anything were you doing?
Maslin's not going to announce it, but he knows he's out of cards to play, so he's going to pull out his dagger and run up next to Draku.
You have
Stab it.
barely caught eyesight of. You have barely caught eyesight of this serpentine creature coming out from this crater. Draku, as Alftrax hits the ground and tumbles, you are no longer charmed. There is nothing left to protect.
What about me?
What are you doing, Zesserin? If anything.
Well, in my
No, he wouldn't be restrained anymore, would he?
brain.
No.
Sweet.
So what are you doing, Draku? You're muted. And seemingly the only person who understands this creature.
Yeah, so I guess in Celestial, I'll speak out. What is your purpose? We are not your enemy.
Okay.
Let's see what he says.
Before the initiative of the creature, there is only Drusk. You are no longer restrained either.
Yeah, I wasn't restrained last turn anyway. But yes,
you hear Draku saying something in a language you don't fully understand. It sounds almost soft and of the same nature as the creature was saying.
Dope.
But I'll leave that up to your interpretation. Okay.
Oh, 25.
25 does hit.
7 points of magical bludgeoning damage.
Okay. This creature is technically not under
I'm gonna
that.
jump off a rock. I'm gonna get off of my pedestal.
Okay. As you kind of fall back and out of your pedestal. As it hears you, Draku, and now having been released from the thing that Alftrax just struck it with, you watch as it kind of coils up. And it's this moment, most of you understanding this would be a whole nother fight. Gardak, Zesserin, Maslin, make history checks.
Good.
Bro, I got some lightning outside. This is
Ah,
the cat.
fail.
8.
11.
Okay. Most of you laying eyes upon this serpentine creature, you're not entirely certain what its purpose, if any, is. What it used to be or what it hopes to be is unclear. It does, however, continue to rise and continue to speak in Celestial. Long have I been in my slumber. I owe six debts. What is it that you have come here for?
I'm still throwing rocks, by the way. If we're not in initiative.
Make an attack roll if you want to.
24.
24 hits.
8.
Okay. I'll mark that down. Good.
Can I just reach out and grab his wrist and stop him?
You can. And it's at this moment for the first time you hear this creature speak in common as it says, "Lizard folk, we have the same kin, but you bow to me. Grovel." Make a, I think it's a wisdom saving throw.
I let go of it.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Natural 20 for 27.
Okay. You manage to resist the command that has been put
I've
towards
been
you.
safe before, and I will murder you with my own 2 hands before I bow to anything again.
You 6 may try, should you choose. Know you not why you've come to the depths of the Luminous Levant?
I honestly forget the reason we're down there.
What has happened to my god? Maslin would say in common.
Your god?
She was once I before she transcended to godhood, but we hear her no longer. That is why we are here. That is why I am here.
And I am entombed by the enemies who would seen her laid low. You speak of the Moonweaver, do you not?
Yes. I.
As you see the form kind of writhe around the center of the crater and then come up, it's, again, apparent to some of you, those of you who have seen the Kaya tree, this purple figure that emanates almost this moonlight. I, the last of my kind, as it were. The first creations by the gods and goddesses. The guardian lost to time. You seek Moonweaver?
If I do not seek her, then I at least seek to know of her fate.
As it was when humans give their powers and humanoids give their faith to a god and goddess and grow their strength. That used to be us. But we were hunted, locked away for millennia. I want to know what has happened of my charge. I feel her in convalescence, wounded perhaps, or slain.
I know we do not know of what happened there. But indeed, a wound.
Yes. Well, releasing me from Alftrax was something I'm very grateful for. I owe 6 debts. You 6. What shall I call you 6?
Alvagant.
Algavat. And who holds charge over these lands now?
Maslin would look around, not knowing the answer to that question.
I don't know the answer off the top of my head.
Honestly, wouldn't know.
Empress.
Emperor and Empress Uland.
Was it? It's Zarya, right? Or is that's not your game, is it? I get the names confused. It's Empress Zarya.
Empress Zarya is the Empress, and Volmar is the Emperor of the Breszi Empire.
Well, that's who sent us here. That's who we're serving right now. So,
Yeah.
The Prepolency had no Emperor or Empress. Does the Prepolency not rule?
You said that millennia. Time changes everything, old one.
And you see a sadness kind of wash across its face. Some of you are starting to pick up on what this creature's saying, or at least the ones that I had make history rolls. These are old guardians that the gods and goddesses once held charge over the land. It seems Their time is not current these days. Someone hunts my goddess. You've come here for what? Not to free me?
Well, we're happy to do so.
Yeah,
But as opposed to killing hundreds, thousands of people at once, we're tracking them down. It kind of led us to this cave where we believe that people were brought, sacrificed, and we've been exploring. We found you.
I see.
Why was your gatekeeper keeping you alive?
The rivalry, Alftrax and I, has lasted dozens and dozens of millennia. Alftrax, as it kind of glances over at the corpse, finally took too many scars. Not after having inflicted some of her own. As you now see, he kind of looks down his serpentine form. This, by all accounts, looks like some form of purgatory. A prison, where perhaps this creature, Alftrax, could not outright kill, but could inter.
When you say debts, what can you do? What do you have to offer? You seem very different.
When the sun sets, the moonlight paints everything. So, what I can do is anything the moonlight can touch.
Can you restore the tree?
I can't hear you over some form of mic business.
Can he restore the Kaya tree, is what I asked.
What fates has befallen the Kaya tree? I had those connected to it.
We can't communicate with her anymore.
I see. What year is it?
Hold up. What year do you think it is?
Yes. Kind of realize he's thinking for a while.
2973 ADA is what year it is.
Yeah. That's why I asked him.
It has been 300 years. Oh, those that I lost connected to the Kaya tree. Her loss. No. As you see almost another wave of grief wash over this. Again, a fairly humanoid face, all things considered, for a serpent. Or a snake of some form. Again, this is a large creature. So, Zarya. We did not have emperors and empresses. Do we need them?
We haven't met her yet. We're on our way. She has something very important to me, and we need to go there next. But obviously, this was a stop on our journey there.
Psychiatry, I can work with. Restore may be too bold of a statement.
We'll consider that my debt paid then.
Algavat number 1 of 6.
I know how you can repay me. You said you had been fighting for millennia.
Yes.
Before your time, did you know of an event called the Dissolution of Arcanum? And if so, how did the two of you manage to keep a matched battle over millennia with such an event ever transpiring across the universe?
They wish the divergent gods. They wish to sever our connection, our capability to set things right. Which each of those cycles, they get one step closer. The fight never ends.
This is quite the riddle.
Oh, that was the wrong group.
DM, now that I have a minute, is there anything else going on in the chamber?
As far as you're aware, no. There was the seemingly alarm creature in the trophy room. But as for the cavern that you're in, silent. There's no need to call your debt now. Consider it available. Algavat. I've seen groups like this before. Not unable to change things for the better, should they choose.
I will only strive to make things better.
Noble of a goal.
For my favor,
Yes.
I would like your assistance in a personal matter. Sometime in the future.
Speak it when you need it.
Good.
I would like to turn, having spoken my favor, and start to attempt to skin this dead creature laying on the ground.
Why?
Go ahead and make a survival or a nature check. Your choice.
23.
23. You all watch as Drusk kind of moves over and pulling out some simple implements, including not more than a bone knife and some other stuff, as the learned lizard man that he is begins to skin and remove pieces of this chitinous beholder form. Is there anything in particular you're looking to salvage?
I'd like to try to get a large enough... Ideally, I'd like to try to get 2 large enough portions to hopefully weave into the cloaks I'm trying to build in an attempt to make it easier to understand what I'm doing.
That's hot.
You're obviously having to take in the entire form, which means walking around it, and you're obviously looking for a segment where the scars are either not deep, or maybe a patch where there are none that could be about humanoid sized. You do manage to find two.
Thank you. I am proficient with leather workers tools, even though this is probably somewhere between leather and scale. Two patches of.
And it's now at this moment that you all look over and you see the supposed guardian, kind of as it curls around the edge, it kind of burrows in the stone, and then you hear it for but a moment until it emerges back over where you all started this whole thing, over by the trophy room, as it kind of burrows up and out of the ground. And it kind of strikes you now, having seen it dig through the stone, it has dug much of what exists here beneath the Luminous Levant. And as it kind of cases the chamber, he goes, see, Alftrax sealed many of my paths, corralling me to my ends. I will work not only on the Kaya tree, but on uncovering the sealed ways here.
If I follow him, what's in the room?
Now you have a good chance to look it over if the group of you want to do investigation checks. Someone at advantage, whoever's helming the search.
I will too.
Go for it.
I'll.
Go ahead.
16.
16. You managed to find a number of things. A lot of them your fellow party members need to fill you in on some of the back details. The swords and shields and other weaponry you saw out in the Western Grove, corroded as they were, this you see proper, untainted versions of, having the insignia of what Gardak recognizes and Zesserin recognizes, the crude propellancy. It is evident most of this equipment's been here for a while. As you're kind of casing the room, you see a number of things, including a diamond within the room, which you are free to take if you would like. You can always have it appraised later. As you kind of begin to pilfer through each of these are segmented, and you kind of get a sense that Alftrax's trophies are the way that she had organized her years and years of work. And while some of it has utility, some of it is nothing more than memorabilia or showmanship. Within you find a leather pouch that kind of bends and folds over. And as you kind of pull them out, you find 2 metal rods. You also find a collection of 2 rings. There is amongst this room a collection, and you can just write this down, of jade, spinel, onyx, pearls. You can just write down gems from Alftrax's lair. You find a number of small vials, 2 of which seem to be almost yellowish in color, and a third which has this red within, almost like a potion of healing, but it continually grows and then shrinks. And then grows rapidly and then shrinks.
Spooky.
You also find what I can only describe as a feather that is kind of wrapped around a piece of metal. I will remind you guys, you have 2 wizards.
I will roll Arcana checks every 10 minutes.
It is identify.
Okay.
You want me to run back over all that, or did you get it?
I have a leather pouch that contains 2 rods, 2 rings, gems from the lair, 2 yellow vials, 1 red vial with growing size, and a feather-wrapped rod.
Yep. Oh,
Nice.
and I probably should have said, sorry, now that obviously Alftrax isn't moving about, Drusk, while you were looking for something proper to salvage from the corpse. You managed to find a small, well, in this case it was actually large, as it had grown to be with Alftrax's size, but it is a amulet of some form that it seems Alftrax was wearing.
Oh, and I also picked up a diamond.
Yes, diamond as well.
Is there any coin in the room? Anything else, or just the trinkets?
There is no coin,
Okay.
and you very well get the sense that Alftrax, with all of her might, requires no currency.
Okay, cool. I will pass over the rods, the rings, the 3 vials, the rod, and the amulet to the wizards, distributed evenly if they would like to ritual cast identify on them.
Okay.
I think you guys might be able to tell me what these do, or if they're magic at all.
What is it? Checking the weather.
So to Zessarin, I will give the 2 rods and the 2 rings. To Maslin, I will give the 3 vials, the feather-wrapped rod, and the amulet.
D&D Beyond to throw the rods?
No, we don't know what they are yet.
These are what they are.
Okay.
You'll have to identify them if you want to know what they are.
We don't
and/or
even
do.
know if they're magical. They could just be regular items worth just regular gold, right? So if you guys would like to identify them, Zessarin, you have the 2 rods, the 2 rings, and Maslin, you have the 2 yellow vials, the red one that keeps growing and shrinking, a rod that's wrapped in feather, and an amulet.
Oh, the amulet off of. Okay.
Off the body, yes, because I don't know what any of them do, or if they're magic at all.
Either way, that's sexy. Nothing else, I'm gonna wear it.
So,
Fashion.
You guys
I
think these have magic in them?
I was actually just about to look. I don't think I can do anything about detect magic.
would be the
I can
identify
cast
spell.
detect magic. I don't have the identify spell to my knowledge, though.
Oh, it looks like Zessarin's pulling double duty.
Yeah.
Remember,
go for
wizards, you
this.
can teach each other your incantations.
This is true.
That's true. I keep forgetting that we can do that.
I think that Maslin's actually going to court you at this moment and say, "My good sir, I've seen you perform this kind of magic before where you can learn the properties of such thing. Perhaps while we take our next long rest, we should discuss how this works, and in trade, I will teach you one of my more flattering spells."
I am okay with this, as I am always down to learn more spells.
Knowledge is certainly power.
So, far be
Oh,
it from me to
that-
not have looked at the time. If you guys like, we can take a break and then get down to divvying up the identify when we get back. Sound good?
Well, we just gonna hang out in this dude's lair and identify shit?
Well, currently we're going to go on a break, during which
Thanks.
Zessarin, when we're back, I'm assuming will do a lot of identifying, while you guys are capable of taking a short or long rest if you hang out here. You also don't know if this is his lair. You just know this is where his prison was.
Alrighty.
So, quick break. Back in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, guys. Sorry. Didn't expect to go so long, and then I didn't want to shortchange the encounter with the creature.
You're okay.
So we'll be back.
So,
So, I'll probably have to move you around a little bit, but that's okay. So, now with a bevy of items in front of you, you can see the Guardian, who has still not yet been named, is kind of perusing around the room, and at various points you can see, obviously you've seen Maslin and Zesserin do this, as well as Drusk from time to time, and Draku. Who am I kidding? When they draw symbols in the air with their spells, this doesn't happen for this Guardian. They just begin to appear, being traced in this luminescent purple before them. You kind of hear him muttering every once in a while to himself as he casts various incantations. It's been a long slumber. Zesserin, before you lies a bevy of items. What, if anything, are you starting with first? There are 2 rings, 2 rods in the same leather pouch, a amulet, 3 potions, another rod that's been wrapped in feathers, and that's about it.
Start with the rings.
Very well. I'm assuming you're just going to work through them one by one. One you're lucky to have found. For this ring, once you begin to identify it, you understand why it's almost got this ethereal look to it. It is, according to what I put in D&D Beyond, it is a ring of mist. So you may look that up. It almost has this mist look to the ring. How about that? It's about the best I can do. The other is a ring of protection.
Ring of mist.
So a ring of mist and a ring of protection. I will go ahead and jump in real quick and say it is storming like a madman here, just like it was for Dylan. So
It is here too.
If I lose power, this is going to be interesting.
Yep, it is going really bad over here.
Yep. So I'll give you guys a little bit to read those over. And again, you guys are free to divvy these up however you prefer. Next, I believe you would end up taking a look at, let's just say one by one, the 2 rods.
Yeah, I'll do the rods.
This leather pouch, as you kind of unfold it, it's 2 rods that are side by side. And you kind of unfold it, and then you can draw each from the center. As you're kind of getting a closer look at this, and Rox having been distracted, you haven't seen a whole bunch of her tribe's leatherwork, but the stitching looks not necessarily similar, but it does look like of the same general work. Casting Identify on each. 1 ends up being an immovable rod. Another ends up being what is titled a Chime of Recitation.
You said immovable?
Immovable rod. After casting this, you understand one is an immovable rod, the other one is a Chime of Recitation. That's recitation, R-E-C-I-T-A-T.
Yeah, I found it. All right.
I couldn't find the Ring of Mist online.
It should be in D&D Beyond under your items, but I will address it after the session if not. Like if you manage equipment and go to add it as an item, I believe Ring of Mist is in there. If not, I'll fix it out.
I failed.
It's
sorry.
in here.
Okay.
Oh my lord.
I'm just taking quick notes because I don't know what I want to add to my inventory, so putting it on Notepad.
Yeah, that's always kind of the trick with this, is like you can read them, but then obviously only one person ends up at the item at the end of the day. The amulet, kind of taking it over and placing the pearl. The amulet that Alftrax was wearing, you find to be an amulet of proof against detection and location.
Amulet of
Proof against detection and location.
Shit, I can
It is
spell
meant to
amulet.
obscure somebody from divination magic.
Amulet of
Proof.
proof against detection and location.
Yep.
And that's the other. Oh, okay.
Not hard to put two and two together. Some creatures like Alftrax might be wanted. Would make sense. Looking over the 3 potions, you find that 2 of them are a potion of heroism, the 2 yellow ones. And the one that is red and kind of billows each time is a potion of growth.
Ooh.
Makes sense.
Potion of. Damn it! What was the first one?
Potion of heroism.
Heroism, and then the next one was growth.
Potion of growth. Yeah.
Potion of. There we go.
Kind of looking over the... I'm actually going to pull this up because I want to make sure that I do this right. Looking over the almost another rod of metal with wrapped in feathers is a feather token of the type. Let me make sure I don't know if there's a distinction in D&D Beyond. I should have looked at this before, but this is a feather token of fan.
Fan, like a fan, like a F-A-N.
That's funny.
Feather token, parentheses, fan.
It allows you to make wind for a boat.
I mean, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
You could theoretically use it for anything.
Well, right. I get you.
Especially
That's
in
so
my
funny.
game. So, just to run back over real quick, you got the 2 rings, 1 ring of mist, 1 ring of protection, the 2 rods, an immovable rod, and a chime of recitation, an amulet of proof against detection and location, 2 potions of heroism, 1 potion of growth, 1 feather token of fan, and then, of course, there is the collection of various, they look valuable, gemstones.
Yep.
And the diamond that I grabbed.
There is the diamond as well. Yeah, sorry. Probably should have made that a distinct call out. As you guys are all kind of going over, most of you are able to complete a short rest, by the way. I don't know if many of you have hit dice left, because this takes Zessarin on the order of at least 50 minutes to do. You see this serpentine creature kind of wander in and out of the chamber a few times, but every once in a while coming back and casting another incantation. So many lost. Lost to time or lost to enemies.
Who are your enemies?
Those who would harm the Moonweaver. You said you came hunting them?
We did. They've caused much unrest and many grotesque sights to the innocents of these lands.
Who are these?
I don't know much of their origin, but notions to Gardak. Some in the party might know more. Spotlight.
I'm sorry, you cut out.
Oh, I said that I don't know very much of them, but you would know more than most.
Of who? Sorry. That's the part.
He was inquiring about the people that you came to finish.
Oh, okay. Um,
Because he doesn't know
we
jack
came here
shit.
originally. We came here originally to investigate or clear out a group that goes by the Cloaked Serpent. They were using this temple as a kind of headquarters.
Serpent. As he rolls really well. As he probably should have. Cloaked Serpent. Once an alias of Zahir. A god, no surprise, diametrically opposed to the likes of the Seldarine, the Moonweaver, the Harkart. He was a slippery one, thought bested. Hasn't gone by that title for years. Well, hundreds of years. Well, Zoom just dropped. Okay. That's not even just Zoom. Internet as a whole just died. But hey, before it gets too crazy, we haven't lost power yet. What to do? Well, I think what I'm gonna do is stop the recording here. Sorry, guys. But it appears this storm has knocked out my internet, but obviously not my power, which I guess, silver linings, take it when you can get them. That's unfortunate. But hey, I don't control the weather, so, because I'm not the wild mother. That sucks. Okay, well, we'll be back. Maybe.